Hello, I'm back. Well, I ended up doing a few different things than what I normally do. Doesn't surprise me. Um, haven't swept this off yet. If I jump or whatever, it's because I stepped on something sharp. So, what I did was I took all the pots that had plants that were close to blooming and put them out here, especially the perennials, because they seem to be healthier in the pots that were outside the whole time than they were the ones that were inside. So there is bees balm and penstemon, and then a bunch of the other little sprouts from last year. Don't know what they all are. There is the bees balm pot, and that one's usually all bees balm. This one here, I believe, is agastache and bees balm, and then a few starts from the plants from last year. Not positive on those. Some of them have canna lilies, and then I found a few more bulbs. The bulbs that I had earlier I put in pots. I went ahead and planted a vermillionaire and my rocket red salvia. My canna lilies are coming up nice in the middle. I planted this with a little trellis of its own because it's a sunny plant and I wanted it to have a chance to really get off and running. I had two of those. So the other one is planted right here by my pole at the end of my patio. And then I have a trellis there. Hopefully it'll get really big because I love it when the hummingbirds hang out right there. It's a great place to photograph them. Tried to clean up a bunch of stuff. My little fake rock has dumped little bits of cement everywhere. I think I'll walk a little closer to these. My landlord used a blower to blow the shingles off the roof and the gutters out, and has asphalt dust everywhere, which is sharp as an tacks to stand on. This pot here is all salvia that reseeded from last year, and I definitely should take some of this out of this pot and put it some other places, but I'll let it get a little bigger first. Hyssop. This should be coming up some other little plants in there. This here is catmint. The red pot, this one and the one on the end are usually with bees balm and penstemon are usually in the front yard. But I want the hummingbirds back here where I can see them first, and they get a little more sun back here and they're a little more protected. So we'll give them a start here. I trimmed back this honeysuckle. It feels like it's pretty sturdy here when it comes out of the ground. I'm not sure if the newer one is sturdier or the older one. Anyways, I'm going to give it a chance to get started. I believe this is penstemon. I'm not absolutely positive, but it is about to bloom. If you know what it is, and I'm going to be surprised, let me know. I don't remember a plant like that being planted in here, but it does have thick stems around the bottom, so. I know this pot had a lot of hot lips perennial. It had the purple salvia, and it had a lot of vermillionaire. My canna lilies are coming up in there. I got these over there from the shed, and they have not really been watered this spring, so I gave them bunch of water, and there should be a whole bunch of salvias, whether red or purple, coming up out of there. This tag is in there, but I don't think that plant's in there. You know, I think my camera lens, hang on a minute. I don't know if that's any better, but I tried to wipe off my phone lens. And I have little bits of water all over the ground here, and bees that seem to want to look for water there. This is some more of that purple salvia that gets really tall. I'm sure a bunch reseeded into this pot. I am not sure at all what all reseeded in with my lavender. I need to trim that back. These plants seem really stiff. I'm hoping plants will come out of it, but I'm not absolutely sure. I found a couple morning glories, which I put in this pot out of the other pot. I watered them and they look so healthy in the other pot, and they look so beat up here, but hopefully they'll spring out of it. And I planted this where I wanted to plant it in hopes that it will be a moonflower, one that comes out when it blooms at night, and one that climbs trellises. Not absolutely sure, but we will find out. And greenhouse. There's a whole lot more space in it now. I planted more cannas in the centers. I planted some hyssop or hummingbird mint, some more cannas, some more elephant ears in my big pot, and I did check it out, and it did have life. It's about at the top. I don't know if I can zoom in on it. There's pink tips coming out of the ground over there, and they were about 1 inch long. So my zinnias, I am going to let have some more warmth and extra sunshine to kind of speed them up. The lantana, vermillionaire, Bacopia, and my little petunia. Man, that thing looks just almost fake. It's so pretty. I want to put those in a hanging basket on the other side of the house next to the hummingbird feeders' one of their favorite spots. And here, I think I just planted some more cannas in the center of that. And it seems like some of the plants from last year might still have stiff starts on the sides, but if not, I'll wait till these other plants get big and I get too many so I know what's what. And then I will plant them. Plant them in their pots. And who knows? Maybe my husband will get his settlement and I'll be able to afford a couple more flowers by then to fill it out and have the right kind of blooms where I want them. But it looks a whole lot more like my yard, just having some flower pots with something at least green in it. And a few flowers. So I will let you know if it brings hummingbirds in the next day or two, because I know they're in the state. And there's no sense in them not coming to visit us. We have water, we have hummingbird feeders on this side of the house and the other. I really like this feeder. I forget what the name of the company is. I will look for it. But it's glass on top, plastic on the bottom, and they have little rubber grommet things that go around the center of the flower, and that keeps all the bees out. I've never had bees in those, and they don't even bother them because they know they can't get in. So smoke bush is going to look all nice and purple here for a backdrop soon. And I've got to make another bird bath that looks a little fancier. But at least it's clean and it has water. And the bees still like it, and the birds do if they can get in between bees. And since I put that little peppermint oil right around the top of the edge, not in the water, but just right around the top of the edge, I haven't had nearly as many bees. So try that if you have too many of them. I mean, they have water, all kinds of sources of water around here. I wouldn't keep them away from their only source, but my neighbor has several, and they have the hummingbird bath, and I have my other one with the moss around it. And my neighbor, he has waterfalls and all kinds of mossy rocks all the way down the sides of it, and his little creek on the side of his steps to his front door, and another one in the backyard I've never seen. So anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Hoping it doesn't freeze ever again. It's not supposed to through like the 12th, and the 10th is our last frost date. So hoping they know what they're talking about for once, and the flowers will bloom and the hummingbirds will hum. So have a great day. Back soon. Boy, I'm glad summer's getting here. Bye-bye.